Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am out driving around right now. Another busy week. Today I don't think I'm going to do a very long video, but what I do want to do is talk about the lights on the car there. So one of the things that I've been trying to do is find the Whelen, I guess the actual LED light inserts, I guess the light head or the module or whatever it's called. I don't know the proper term for it, but I started looking around trying to figure out what these things are and you know, what is compatible, what isn't compatible. And kind of initially I started thinking it's I guess the LIN6. So as I go through and I'm looking for different things, I noticed that there's a few different versions of this LIN6 module, this light module, which I think is like linear 6, you know, 6 LED diodes or whatever they're actually on the little circuit board. And as I'm out there looking for these things, I'm looking to see, you know, what I can get. And I actually went on there and went on eBay and went and kind of jumped the gun and purchased something that I thought would work and learned the hard way that it doesn't. So I went and purchased an LIN6 that I guess came from a Patriot light bar. And when I looked at the picture online, the module pretty much looks the same. It just looked like it was in some kind of housing, and like I said, I didn't, you know, and this is 100% my own fault. I didn't go out and like measure these things and, you know, ask the person who's selling it, you know, how big it is. But the module for the Patriot light bar is a little bit bigger than the module for the inner edge product that sits on that rear deck of my car. So when I got the little light that I purchased, I quickly discovered that there was no way in heck that thing was ever going to go in my light bar. So I just want to put that out there that if you're ever looking for the, I guess the LIN6 module for your lights, you got to be real careful which one you get, because they all kind of look the same, but they are far from being the same. I mean, heck, even the plugs are the same. The plugs look exactly the same. From the back, they kind of look the same. There is some differences when you look at the side view. You'll notice that on the one for the inner edge, the end of either end of the actual module itself doesn't actually have, I don't know what you'd call that, like a wall. So it's kind of open-ended. And then for the ones on the Patriot, it's actually, there's like a wall all the way around the circuit board. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I would imagine that there's, I noticed there's another one for the Liberty. So I'd imagine that might be a little different. I don't want to go out and buy one and figure it out the hard way, but you know, maybe I will just for the sake of video. Since I'm sure there's some other people out there that are actually looking these things up and trying to figure out what's what. But as I go through and research this stuff and learn it, I want to pass that information along to you all, so that if you guys end up in a similar situation where, say, you end up with some sort of red light that you're trying to turn amber or whatever, you don't end up buying, you know, kind of the wrong thing that doesn't really work. And again, you know, this is my own fault for not going out and thoroughly researching it. Just me going, hey, that kind of looks the same, and buying it. So make sure you do your research, guys. Now that I'm back at the house, I wanted to look at these lights a little bit more closely without anything on them. So this is the housing, and this is the housing. And what you can see is this one's a little bit skinnier, and because of that, if you try to put this in the inner edge light, this edge right here on this side and this edge over here on this side actually hit when you try to put it into the actual Whelen inner edge, I guess the mount for the light. So you can't even get this to go in. But now that I'm looking at these circuit boards look to be about the same size, and I'm kind of thinking I might be able to remove the plug, pop the circuit board off, and hopefully I don't break it, and switch it between these housings here. I think if I can do that, I might be able to take this circuit board, put it in this housing, and then take this circuit board and put it in this housing. As you can see, this thing is static sensitive, so I may ruin it while I'm messing with it, and there's also the possibility I could bend it and break some of the connections in the circuit board, and there's all kinds of other anomalies. But I guess what I'm getting at is, if you were to try to just plug and play, it won't go. So you're going to have to modify. If you're going to try to use, say, the Patriot in the inner edge, because you need this kind of housing to make it fit in the inner edge, and the Patriot housing is just a little too big. Anyway, appreciate you checking out the video. Hopefully that little kernel of knowledge will help somebody somewhere. And if it does, then that's all that really matters to me, because then that means somebody gets to learn from my mistake. So if you have a comment, or if you have any feedback, or if you know all about the Whelen product and you want to give me some knowledge, I'd appreciate that in a comment down below. Other than that, click subscribe if you want to, and the bell next to it will give you a notification. And speaking of subscribers, huge thank you to all the new subscribers. You guys are great. I noticed that I now have 2,500 subscribers. Rolled over that this morning. So huge thank you to everybody. Really appreciate the support. And as long as you guys keep supporting me, I'll keep on making videos. So we will, I guess, catch you on the next one. Love to all of you.